Hi everyone, MD Schneider speaking. I bet by now you have heard all about the evils of P Diddy, so I don't need to cover those. Also, I'm sure by now you have heard of the many celebrities caught up with Diddy the Diddler Lee Mustafa. But what if I told you I have found a shocking connection between P Diddy and Dave Grohl? Dave played drums on a remix of one of his songs. He wrote this song about Benjamin Franklin Teague giving women sleeping pills during the American Revolution. Is this merely a coincidence? Yes it is. As far as I know, there is no connection between Dave Grohl and P Diddy's crimes against humanity, so let's continue on. I do, however, have knowledge of the turning point in this heinous man's life that made him evil. His supervillain origin story, if you will. So let's get started. Being born in November of 1969 as Sean Diddy Mufasa Death Scene, he became a massive Beatles fan after hearing Abbey Road on the release day of September 26th of the same year. He was most certainly looking forward to whatever the band might do next. But unfortunately, in May of 1970, they released Let It Be, an album so terrible that it destroyed not only his love of the band, but any chance of him being a decent human being. He was there at the record store near his local crack den on release day, as he said to himself, "Please, Beatles, don't let me down." Unfortunately, they did in fact let him down with the song, "Don't Let Me Down." Since that day, he swore revenge on the world and the band that betrayed him. He mostly blamed Beatle John Lennon for the ruin his life had become. So after many years of tracking his target, on December 7th of 1980, he killed who he thought was John Lennon. But it was Germ's frontman Darby Crash. At this point, I'm sure you might be wondering, A, how I know all of this, and B, how can he make such an obvious mistake as this? I will answer you on both fronts. I have been spying on P Diddy from my Bandicam satellites, watching every move he makes since the allegations came out. And also, he is a moron and only knows what he reads in the New York Post. I even heard him talk to himself while masturbating in his luxurious bathroom about why he thought Darby was John Lennon. Now, in his own words, "He sounded just like a Beatle to me on that soundstage. I guess all white people just look alike." After realizing his obvious mistake, but already after he had killed the singing equivalent of Sir Strumming, he then boarded a plane from LA to New York. He would then make his move on the real John Lennon the next day on December 8th. After witnessing Mr. Lennon signing an album for a fan, Diddy used his reptilian shape-shifting powers to assume the fan's form. He then successfully carried out the assassination and then quickly turned back into himself. That poor fan was then arrested for Lennon's death and is still imprisoned to this day. Meanwhile, Diddy would remain free, and due to his arrogance, after escaping justice, he would then cause all the pain and suffering he is known for today. If you have any thoughts on the action of this most vile man, feel free to comment it below, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed writing it. See you next time on Dragon Ball MD!
New breakfast at BK. With a bunch of great new items. Have breakfast your way. With a bunch of great new items.